His car picked you up, and the car took you to his residence in the minister's enclave. And there was a big bouquet lying there. There were drinks. There was one Samsung telephone as a gift. And then after the meeting, Rehman Malik gave you 2,000 pounds also, sterling. Is this a correct?
That's a Cliff Notes version of what took place.
What happened?
After the Osama bin Laden incident, and it's important to realize that the Interior Minister directly facilitated my 2-year work visa in Pakistan. After the Osama bin Laden incident, and I had direct contact with him, for the Federal Health Minister, etc. He asked me to come to the minister's enclave to discuss my visa. Now, as a new person to Pakistan, when I hear minister's enclave, I had no way of knowing whether it's someone's personal house. It sounds official to me. And he said, it's across from the Marriott, I'll have my vehicle pick you up. It's important that we have a discussion. And so I said, okay. I've had a number of other meetings with officials where they said the real business is done outside of the offices and where personal conversations take place. So perhaps he wanted to discuss something important related to my visa at his official location in the minister's enclave. Once I reached there, what I discovered was something that was a bit unexpected. He was very pleasant to me. He was very cordial to me. There was a large bouquet of flowers in a sitting room, and he said, these are for you. And at that time, his English was, I would say, quite limited, I would say. And I was surprised by the flowers. He offered me a drink. I was wearing a traditional shalwar kameez. I remember that to this day. He had me sit down. He also said that there's a gift for you, and I said, I'm not sure what this is about. We're here to discuss my visa. What does any of this have to do with my visa? And then about a drink and a half into my visit, I started to feel dizzy. And the next thing I know, he was guiding me to sit down, to lay back, and I was on his bed.
What about this $2,000? What is this about?
When I came to, I was in and out of consciousness, and around my ankles, and I remember exactly what he said to me, and I can tell you if you'd like for me to.
Well, if it's not vulgar, then we can probably.
He said, "Don't worry." Those were his exact words.
I think we'll have to beep it out when we air the interview, but it'll be a part of the record.
Afterwards.
And what about the money? Why?
His driver, the person that picked me up, helped dress me, and I'm still dizzy and I'm still drugged. And he said, I know you're having difficulties with the job, because the NGO that I was working with, he recommended that I part ways with, because Mohammed Azam Khan Swati, which was the federal health minister, his daughter, Farhana Swati, was running the NGO that I was working for. And Mohammed Azam Khan Swati was joining PTI at that point. It became clear to me later that PPP was trying to get me to distance myself from PTI. So the federal health, and the Interior Minister told me specifically that I should part ways with the NGO because the federal minister, Mohammed Azam Khan Swati, was being investigated by the US government for tax evasion. And here was some cash, the 2,000 pounds, to help me cover some expenses for now, and he would help find me another job.
You kept the money?
I took it.
Would you?
The whole thing.
Would anybody take money from a guy who's just raped him?
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you.
I don't want to sound insensitive, but I just need to ask a few questions.
Let me explain to you how that took place. It was not that I grabbed the money and I grabbed the flowers. It was all put together by the driver and then put into the car with me. So if someone wants to say, yes, I took it because it came with me, then sure, we can say that. But all of this were brought with me, and it turned out that that device that he gave me had been something that he was being used to spy on me as well. That money sat on my desk for a very long time. 2,000 pounds. It wasn't rupees, it wasn't US dollars, it was pounds.
What was the date? When did it happen precisely?
It was sometime after the Osama bin Laden incident.
Not you don't remember the date?
I will have to try to go back and recall the exact date. When I sit with my attorneys, when we get ready to move with additional action, we will have this information.